the spotlight. On Wednesday, a hearing by the Congressional Executive Commission on China is examining the CCP's strategy. Here are the details.
In addition to growing military threats and economic coercion, the PRC's political warfare against Taiwan has also escalated. Their tactics include manipulation of international laws, united front work activities, espionage, infiltration, and disinformation campaigns. In terms of warfare, the PRC has twisted the UN Resolution 2758 for political propaganda in the international arena. They not only aim to suppress Taiwan's participation in various international organizations, but also seeks to legitimize the use of force to annex Taiwan.
The aim of CCP political warfare is to isolate Taiwan internationally, weaken domestic support for either de jure or de facto independence, and soften the Taiwanese people's resistance to annexation. Beijing uses all instruments of national power to convince the Taiwan people that unification is inevitable and resistance is futile.
Witnesses testifying at the hearing include a Taiwanese lawmaker and 3 American analysts on China. The hearing addresses 4 dimensions of the CCP strategy: criminalizing advocacy for Taiwanese independence, political and cognitive warfare targeting Taiwan, transnational repression against the Taiwanese diaspora, and global campaign to shape the narrative on Taiwan's status. The commission says it hopes to explore policy options to counter the CCP's malign activities, reinforce U.S. support for Taiwan's democracy, and advance bills supporting Taiwan.
Tariff. The president announced later that Indonesia will also pay a 19% tariff while the U.S. pays 0. Reporting from the White House, Mario Tsu, NTD News.
Indonesia will also ease export controls on rare earth minerals to the U.S. The country is currently the world's largest nickel producer. Nickel is a key ingredient used to make lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. Staying with trade, Taiwan is working on a deal of its own. A delegation led by the island's vice premier is in Washington this week for a new round of in-person negotiations with U.S. officials. President Trump has floated tariffs of up to 32% on Taiwanese goods, but no new measures have been announced so far. Taiwan says the talks aim to promote balanced trade and strengthen the economic framework with the U.S. The island has been working to deepen ties with major partners, especially Washington, as it faces growing geopolitical and economic pressure from Beijing. A $500 million boost for Taiwan's self-defense, part of the 2026 Defense Appropriations Act passed by the House last Friday. The funding signals growing U.S. support for the island amid rising tensions in the region.
Last Friday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the 2026 Defense Appropriations Act, which includes $500 million in military assistance for Taiwan.
China has a recent history of seizing territory. Look at the invasion of Tibet in the 1950s. They've suppressed democracy in Hong Kong. And when the Chinese president speaks of reunification of Taiwan, we should believe that he will attempt it. We cannot allow that to happen. China may not stop with Taiwan. If Taiwan falls, other Pacific Island nations like the Philippines would be threatened.
Ahead of the vote, the Trump administration pushed for an increase in Taiwan aid.
One of the very few areas the administration expressed any slight disagreement with our bill was wanting more money for Taiwan. The administration has proposed including $1 billion, while this bill provides $500 million.
After the House vote, Taiwanese lawmaker Vincent Chow said Taiwan thanks the United States for its support and encouragement, but pointed out that Taiwan's defense is ultimately Taiwan's responsibility. Reporting from Taiwan, Joy Chu, NTD News.
Treasury Secretary
好的，我们今天总共谈了3个问题。第一个就是说中共如何利用 AI 来进行所谓的 AI 的武器化。所以，与其说中共的这一个 AI 的产业本身是基于一种科学发展所获得的一种创新的成果，不如说把它称之为是一种意识形态的洗脑机或者是试图颠覆的 全球一些既有价值和体系的一个战略工具。那么另外一方面，我们也谈到这个美中之间的稀土大战的可能性我特别指出，中国之所以握有让美国持续依赖它的一种所谓稀土的优势，是因为它是基于一种肮脏的产业，可以不计任何环保的成本然后在这个过程当中里面获得这个价格的这个低价的优势。从过去几年来，用这个低价还有收购的方式去消灭美国的矿产公司，使得这个美国处于一个对中共稀土依赖的一个情况。不过，美国现在已经急起直追，要进行各种这个反中共稀土霸权的一种做法，通过财政的支持，或者是开发美国本地的矿产，来摆脱对于中共稀土的依赖最后，我们谈到这个中共所谓的这个雅鲁藏布江下游的墨脱水电厂的这个开工，这实际上是通过一个河流分流和逐坝截入的方式，试图在上游地区来遏制南亚地下游国家本身的生命线。所以我把它称之为这是一个战略上的勒索，同时极有可能引起中共和印度等等国家本身基于争夺水资源所爆发的水源战争。